Speaking about Zelenskyy, every, I understand, reasonable leader in the West was trying to convince him to leave Ukraine and to set a government in exile in Poland or in London. And it was reasonable to accept one of his predecessors, Mr. Yanukovych, fled Kyiv. A few months before that, in Afghanistan, the president of Afghanistan fled Afghanistan. That was a reasonable thing to expect. And he turned out to be very, very unreasonable in that sense. That comes with the guts, his guts and guts people around him and Ukrainians in general.
Why do you think he stayed in Kyiv? This former comedian who played a president on TV when Kyiv is being invaded by the second most powerful military in the world.
Because I think he believes in things. And one of those things was that if he a president and he is in the presidential office, he is there to play his role to the end. And another thing, my personal, again, I never met Volodymyr Zelenskyy. My personal understanding of him is that he has talent that helped him in his career before the presidency and then helps now. He feels the audience and then channels the attitude of the audience and amplifies it. And I think that another reason why he didn't leave Kyiv was that he felt the audience. The audience in that particular context were the Ukrainians.
So he had a sense that the Ukrainians would unify, because he was quite, if you look at the polls before the war, quite unpopular. And there was still divisions and factions, and the government is divided. I mean, there's the East and the West and all this kind of stuff. You think he had a sense that this could unite people?
The East and the West was not already such an issue after Crimea and part of Donbass being gone. So Ukraine was much more united than it was before. He brought to power his, before that, really non-existent party of regions on his personal popularity. But the important thing is that he created a majority in the parliament, which really reflected the unity that existed among Ukrainians that was not there before. He won with 73% of the population of those who took part in the elections. His predecessor, Petro Poroshenko, also carried 90% of the precincts, and the same happened with Zelenskyy. So the country unified after 2014 to a degree it was impossible to imagine before, and Zelenskyy felt that. Zelenskyy knew that. And that's where the talent of politician really matters. And that's something that you can see beyond just data, and you can feel that. Apparently, Yeltsin had that ability.